What? What? You know, Mr. Weathers, they tried to honey trap me three, 4 times that summer. They were awfully sweet, those girls. That Air Force officer, sparks flew, you know, when I closed my eyes and positioned my back to her in that helicopter. You know, you were my last intelligence contact in the Army. You got the goods on me, fella. You know, Star Wars, I already knew about that. Knew about its true purpose, you know. And you wanted to kill me for that? You got no right, Captain. I knew you were a captain. Listen, you can get all that kind of information from books. You can sort it out, extrapolate back and forth. Listen, I don't really need this thing. Not in this particular incarnation, so to speak. This is 27. Here for a very limited time. Listen, Weathers, you didn't have to stab that guy in the thigh. You didn't have to rip him up like a boar does some poor hound dog, poor crazed lunatic hound dog that was born this real tranquil artist of a dog. You know, it's having its own particular astrology, don't you know? And then it's trained to be this single-minded lab rat aggressor. Well, that's really what a dog is, isn't it? A dog's like a soldier, plodding along towards death, always heading towards death. You know, you really weren't issuing that ordinance to those talibs, were you? I mean, you weren't. You weren't really doing that. That was just as part of the psyop, wasn't it? Yeah, Star Wars. It's you know, even Alex Jones is talking about this. You know, it's mass mind control. Okay, it's commonality frequency. is. You know, this is all it is. It's just, but then we know it's modulated in just such a way, and the moon is involved. You know, they figured that all out. It's all in coordination with the moon. Yeah, I tipped you off on you to drink menstrual blood. You know, it's like the blood of Christ almost, a holy communion with your woman. Now, I've only ever drank in a conglomerate. You know, just so I could help with those officers and the staff NCOs with how to negotiate their relationship. In specifics. I was on a high dose of psychedelics and other things. It really, did a number on my liver. I've been killed for this country. I'm a great hero. I listen, Fallujah. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that didn't go. I just assumed General Stewart, was would hold sway. All right, I overestimated his influence. Okay, but that was part of the programming. Okay, it was part of the programming. It should have been updated since the 1950s. I don't think the part that I received was up to date. And in fact, it made me an old man just too quickly. I'm like an old man needing to die and then spring back up. Okay. I'm like a withered weed, immature. Okay. But it's 1,000 years old. And the base of it is turned to stone. At least the outside is turned to stone. A peculiar type of stone. I did find a supply. I mean, this is where this analogy is coming from. I did find a supply of such specimens way out there in outer heaven. Now these stones, they're better than the what do you call it? There's a trade name, a star ruby. A star ruby. That's what they're calling them now. What a joke. This curlicule diamond. This curlicule diamond. I'll have you know is the finest thing out there to put in a pint of beer. The finest thing out there. The very finest thing out there to put in a pint of beer. Listen, Sergeant. Regarding all those silly little books that I had you read, they're all classified, by the way. They're all classified. That really was real. What you told your children? What you had your children read as fantasy books is all classified information. I'm sorry. You know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is a laser cutter. It's a laser cutter. This is the kind of thing that we have in outer heaven. Isn't that something? It's marvelous, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it could be the battery. There is a little lithium ion. We just use those because they're common here, you know? That kind of fucking shit though. We got these one batteries. They last a lifetime. They last a lifetime. It's like they're creating a civilization in there, you know? It's really weird. It's really, really weird stuff. When I looked at it with this particular magnifying uh, uh, well, it's a light microscope, super, super, super powerful, and it just fits on. It's an attachment for your life's goal, and it's an attachment for your life's goal. It's divine. You can look through things, and it tells you about all the little different components and where to get it. Just all at once. See, oh, that's right. I well, you know, there's some things I've done with it. There's some things. I can sell you those mods for just 900. 900. It's just a little kit, comes in the mail, and we are having some really good success with the new operatives. They are accelerating like a wildfire. It's just something fierce. It's a hurricane on a forest fire, and all the termites. It's the apocalypse. And up in their skyscrapers, and it's coming in from all sides. A great conflagration. And I should get this thing changed out. I'm not really not entirely safe here. Damn, where's my memory eraser? Fuck. Oh, what's it? Anyway, I want to get those. I want to get those speed switches into production. Where's the other? Right. Well, holy hand grenades. All right. I'll keep the reptilians away. Yeah. Spiritual war, It's really a spiritual war, ultimately. People gotta stop hurting people. That's all it is. That's all I'm saying. Gotta be Christ-like. Fuck. I gotta put some hematite in there. It's a certain way, anyway. In a river. But you see, you mold clay over it. Anyway, we got those. Those are just $15.95, and you can bust an enemy's skull with it if you need to. There's this little channel, goes down inside in a pocket. Anyway, friends, I mean, when we get into primitive, lay it out there. When we get into primitive, lay it out there. All right. There it is. Just gonna jerk this free. Come up under, come in here, jerk this free, and it switches them off. You guys got to stop using Scope by Ranger TM 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 blend on all those little unfortunates out there. You just what you're doing is primitive and savage, and it is going to stop. But the good thing is, I mean, if you guys want to continue with that, that's fine. We're just going to bring the hammer down even harder. So I think, yeah, I need to go back. We're going to bring in 24, and I think she'll just take over here. Be the first transgender president, all that kind of stuff. Just to, you know, a little good time, little showmanship, or, you know, showgirlhood or whatever, you know. Yes, 24 is coming in. Got that last part out. You know, I think I think yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll remember it later. That's true. Well, I do need to be getting back to 2037. There's a war on, yeah. Because yes, you people did that because you didn't get my predecessor's advice. You know. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Turn the other cheek and learn from the blow. Turn the other cheek and learn from the blow. Processing. Processing. Now I can walk away. I can walk away from this. Processing. Processing. Okay. Processing. 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 How can he do that? How can he do that? Processing. Pro. Fuck, man. Ugh, ugh, ugh. If that security guard comes by one more time, I'm just going to go out there and talk to him. You know, give him a good piece of my mind over there in the bushes. Yeah, sometimes I like to get me in the. Sometimes I like to get a little raping in, you know? Just a little raping in. And do a man good, you know, from time to time. Anyway, I find. I know it kind of degrades all kinds of sensibilities, and we don't want that. You know, we gotta stay small to stay tough. We gotta stay small to stay tough. Yeah, yeah. Just have to stay small to stay tough. Isn't that a repulsive song? Isn't that a really repulsive song? I want to show you the scar I got from the beetle. You know, I want to show you it right here. Anyway, got my I got my liver really good. This thing, well, they you know, stem cells are magical, especially this one blend that fixed me up, and you know it's become the leader of the future. Well, I won't make mockery of them, you know, but that's the kind of thing they have me do. You know, I'm just a comedian up there, you know. Anyway, yeah, I gotta get going. Um, yeah, you can only take so much this temporality, you know. It this couldn't hurt. Yeah, it's oh fuck, this fucking thing. All right, yeah, it's gotta go back to 1924 Mexico, and I'm gonna have to hang out for like a month in the bush. You know, I'm probably gonna have to kill an armadillo or two, and those things, well, they have leprosy, of course, but I mean, well, you cook it enough, and there are certain fermentation processes that will do away with that pathogen. But you know, long story short, it's going to be a rough ride. And then they're going to have me gang stalk this fellow, a kind of rich fellow, and then I'm going to teach his little boy English, and then they're going to send somebody else back to program him, and then he's going to do something with cocaine that makes it like 12 times stronger. And then everybody in America and all over the world is gonna see anyway that we got to fix things, and they're gonna and yeah, a big war, and that's in the 90s. And oh boy, after that, we're a lot more sort of like J.R.R. Tolkien-ish, after that. So anyway, it just progress. Well, I better get to it. I'll just leave this here for 24. He left the door open. 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 So come inside. He left the door open. Yes. He left the door open. There we go. That's good enough. Oh, yes. Yes. You know how much I can get for these? He left the door open. He left the door open. He left the door open. Okay. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Really fucked that up. No, there's this girl, oh, fuck. This girl. Ooh, he said I can't save him. It's just the investiture, It's the investiture. And that's what triggers the leaching of my bones. That's what triggers the leaching of my bones. They had me eat that device. It springs out, hooks into your intestines, and it just stays there. Permits the passage of waste and incremental. It's incremental dissolvement. These are just little resonating receiver valves opened it up to the gradual wicking away. What I used to know the term. Anyway, you get the idea. So, I mean, that right there is a patent, you know? I mean, and it's got applications after this whole thing is just, cleared up, right? I know you're on my side. I know you're on my side. I know you want what's best for me. I know you want what's best for me. I just need to stop hurting, I just need to stop hurting. I need to listen to some healing music, I want there to be some truly healing music. We need the frequencies analyzed. We need all the frequencies analyzed. And you should be able to check it yourself, with like a really souped up one of these. It shows the frequency, makes different tone sets, so that one can become familiarized with at deeper levels. This is useful for reverse engineering. Anyway, I used to know how that worked, but now, due to all the mental degradation they've imposed with mercury vapors from fluorescent bulbs, spent ones. Okay, that's how they do it. They just create a little hole. They use putty, and they use the tube, and it just collects. It collects in this freezing. They use liquid nitrogen around it, and it drops down, and it's then put through a resonation process, and it resigns itself into this particular mode of being. Anyhow, the boys in 2025 can tell you all about that. They'll be at liberty finally to talk about that. And that's when the investors will come. I told you, Frank. Frank, buddy, listen. I'm just the same as I ever was. I just, I probably, I can't, if I was to get in a fight right now, I mean, I might break my hand, I'm too used to punching. I like to grapple, though. But you see, I'm kind of I've been weakened. I haven't been, I lost like 15 pounds out here, I mean, that's not much, it's a small gradient of the total mass, and you know listen, I just think any more children would be the death of me, any more children would be the death of me. All right. Well, my clones, they're gonna kind of pick up the slack for me, you know. I think it's okay if people choose to be transgender. I think it's okay. Certainly, it hurts me to watch these videos of these female to male transgendered people. Well, You know, because these are some of the most alluring women, you know, that I've ever seen. You know, they're just the kind of woman that I would want to be with. You know, and I have been with one such woman who wanted to. You know, she told me, she confided in me that you know, she wanted, you know, she was thinking about becoming a man. You know, she was thinking about that. But, you know, after we had sex and, I didn't last that long, and that was surprising to me, you know. Um, yeah, she's a well, a goat. What kind of goat? A water goat? Hmm. Water goat? Earth, the one that precedes it. Fi Fire. Then it's wood. Is it then metal? Is it no, it's water. Then it's no. Metal. I don't know anymore. You see? I mean, you see what's happened? You know? I mean, I could do it, I could do it. Yeah, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. I could well, I can repair all this with like lion's mane mushroom and cod liver oil and uh, some psilocybin mushrooms, which will be legal very shortly. you know, I'll make it happen. I promise. As the world's first, as a, that's not true. As America's first uh, transgender president. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. When I watch a conspiracy video now, it releases that bone dissolving agent. It releases another chemical which does something to the collagen in my skin, inhibits collagen production somehow. You know, so I feel old. I feel old. You know, I feel really old. I like it was etching into my back. Just getting mining into these different veins. It's not any different. It's not any different. How the bone matrix is. It's how the bone matrix is. We can map it all out. We can map it all out and know the entire past of this organism during different years. It's just awful. This sort of 3D graph that it makes. It's an incredible thing. Anyway, I'll talk about 2025. I mean, later. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Well, anyway, first I'm the vice president. You no. We need to anyway. Just edit that. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't want to take the path of fear. I don't want to take the path of fear. I don't want to take the path of fear. Yeah, this is. I mean, all this is just death. It's just all death. Just all death. It's all death. It's all death. 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 Oh, death. Death. Yeah. 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 You just sit back down there. Sit back down there. Take it easy, old friend. Take it easy. Just relax there, old timer. Yes, you relax now. Don't pay me no mind. Don't pay me no. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to, sir. I didn't mean to. Oh fuck. Oh my god. What am I doing? Oh god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. When I turn it to radio, I always get this really spiky signature. We need to make a better one of these, you know. That's all it is. Once we do that, people start learning at an accelerated rate. You know, documenting all this, mapping it out, you know. You got to do this on your own. You got to do this on your own. Make art out of this stuff. Make art out of this stuff, please. Please. It's the only way. The next crop has to grow up strong and powerful like an oak tree. Everybody across the board has to become strong and powerful like an oak tree. And as wise as a serpent, and as gentle as a dove. And I will strike down upon thee with furious anger those who try to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know that I am that I am the Lord who lays his finger upon thee. You know, I was never meant for this kind of act. It's just, it's just not my thing. I remember thinking, I was watching a cutscene from Metal Gear Solid. Of course, the version they sold to me in the store, was Metal Gear Solid. And that really screwed me up. All the weird sexual machinations and turned me into Infinity Violate. this sorceress whore, whom, some well-forced reconnaissance Marines, were one did access. I know that. I do have a memory. I have a memory of it. I'm not, not sore about it. I mean, yeah, he was a good man who wanted to, he just thought, hey, hey, you could die or something, Sergeant Pimble. I mean, why don't why don't you enjoy yourself a little bit? At least part of yourself can enjoy, part of yourself can enjoy, a sexual experience, It is sort of, akin to, I mean, it's somewhat akin to the experience of a man and a woman, somewhat, somewhat in some ways, not at all the same. And I mean, during that time, I mean, I had an inexplicable desire to do away with myself. It was really strong, and I was really, really depressed for about 6 months on that ship. You and we were supporting, you know, Afghanistan liberation trip. Like them all, they're used to it. Extravaganza, you know. There's people. I mean, they have some little good things about their culture, keeping the feminism in check over there. That's for sure. But anyway, I mean, but yeah, they're doing that too. I mean, they're treating those women like they're sinful robots. It's evil. It's evil. It's evil. And I am to prove it with a little reading from the Quran. You know. Now I'd mentioned, of course, that well, I'm always a very gentle lover. You know, I really care about the girl's feelings. And yeah, all the things that have scared her. I want to reacquaint her with those things in a funny and loving way, as though I'm as though I'm a wise, a queen who prays to the goddess Athena every day. You know, you know. That's the kind of lover I am. You know, yep. I'm a snake, with a very beautiful pattern on its body, and yeah, it's oh boy, snakes. I mean, they have the same pheromone pattern as a woman. Interestingly, there's some very anyway. We'll get to that later. It's a $900 discussion, that's for sure. You know, if I wear a certain hat, and I'll show you that, it eliminates the remote neural monitoring. Okay, all right. So it'll be safe to talk to me. You can, examine the thing. I'll turn it around. I'll take off my hat and turn around. Do a little fucking swirl. Because I'll be a dancer and all this. you know, I'll pass my hat off to you, sir, you know, and yeah, okay. Oh, it is that type, yes. And have the expert examine it who's playing your buddy, you know. You can be trained up real easy. There's some tests. Anyway, so I mean, you can talk to me if I'm wearing this hat. All right, click here. So I'm gonna wrap this one up. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up. But you know, the thing is, man, I'm a you know I'm quite a savage creature as well. You know, there's the touch of that savagery. You know, it's good for the your offspring. You know, it is. It is. It's what you got to keep us a little wild. You know, got to be a little wild. You know, kind of get wild and crazy sometimes. You know. Yeah. Important for the future. You know, these are soil additives that are essential. They are essential. I'm sorry. Sorry. Where is that? Oh boy. Okay. Okay. No, they can't reproduce it. They can't reproduce it. Don't worry about that. Oh man. Well, I could go, you know, I could weaken my bones and gathering more intel, or I could just be an artist, you know, go with what I've got. Never look the sun in the eye again, you know. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's ways around every. Listen. There's ways around everything, you know. Chelsea, listen, kid. Accept the help you're given, you know, and that money. I mean, all of the money, all that money is coming to you. We're going to get an ox to help you know, help you with a social worker and, you know, a lawyer if necessary. We're doing our investigation. We're going to figure it out. So, so don't worry, honey. Okay. You know, I'm the best friend you got, Chelsea. I mean, at least that's what they're leading me to believe. You know, soon you're gonna have some real friends. Okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I am your friend. I am your friend. And Chelsea, you know, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you could be attracted to me. Yeah, all that attracted to me. I know you were a little bit, you know, certainly. But, you know, you know, doesn't have to be me, Chelsea. You know, I'm a horse and, you know, a horse is just too honest. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. A horse has this delusion that, you know, everybody knows that everything's the fucking there's so many principles that hold true, you know, all across the board. You know, a horse understands that. A horse has more energy. A horse can withstand more of a beating. A horse got a stronger heart than a lot of folks. You know, horse fairly intelligent. Yeah, fairly intelligent. Horse is more dogged than a dog. Sorry, sorry, Danya. Sorry, Danya. Sorry. You know, I'm sorry, Danya. You know, Danya, I'm not. You know, I mean, just because you know, I took, you know, some ovary powder, you know, from a dead cow, you know, and you know, kind of. I mean, it actually pained my balls. You know, these hormone blocking herbs like the peace tree. It actually causes a pain. constrictive pain, you know? This stuff is no joke, and it's awful, you know? I mean, this is not the way it should be. Anyway, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry, you know, but hey, listen, you know, listen, you know, I could be, I could be your man. I could be your man, you know. I always thought, you know, well, here is quite a, you know, a very sensitive, delicate, refined, you know, lovely and intuitive, you know, girl, but oh, you know, she's got the quality of a stern man, you know, in a sense, you know, just a little bit, almost sort of naturally empowered, I'd say, you know, naturally inclined, in fact, towards failing to be compassionate, you know, and you just wouldn't. I mean, I know you're I know you're compassionate. You're a dog. I know you have loyalties. I know you have all these loyalties, and these are really important things that I believe in, things I know are important, you know, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm just aware of more than the vast majority of people, you know. The others, I mean, they're all millionaires and billionaires. Those who understand this, so and that is what I'm going to be. You know, that is what I'm going to be one way or another. You understand? My success is assured. Okay. All these things, all this is my intellectual property. All this stuff, I'm ordering it developed. I'm going to order it developed. It's going to happen because I speak these words. You know, that's the level of godhood that I have. You know, it's godhood with a little g. I'm just nothing but I'm the puppet of God Almighty. That's for sure. You know, you know, actually, whatever I do, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? You got to think about that one. Set those scholars to work on it. Why don't you? Yeah, right about now, you know, I should pull out that old 1885 New Army black powder fucking contraption. You know, and I should, you know, look it over. You know, like look it over or handle it in the manner of in a manner that Clint Eastwood could never have managed. You know, and it's got all these runes on it. You see, that have been engraved, and they're dancing seemingly. The next thing you know, boom, right through the screen, and we can recover it. And anyhow, so what did I want to say to you, Donia? What did I want to say? And Donnie, at this point, you're just an idea. I want people to disassociate from it. Listen, listen. I'm sorry that this is hard to handle, but I'm in it. You know, I'm wrestling with the gods. You know, they're all gods with a little g, like myself. Anyway, listen. You know, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I've had to play a gay character, you know, to survive. In real life, I had to do that. The Marine Corps forced me to do that. Okay, as part of this secret black operation, you know. They were developing weapons. These weapons are going to be under my control soon. I'll have a better set of them. Do you understand? The military is going to get behind me. I declare assault right. So I got to have those rings. I'm sorry about that, Carlos. I'm really sorry about that, man. You know, I will get back to you on that, okay? I will get back to you. All right? Fuck, man. Yeah, you know, came back to this arrangement here, and it's just messing with me. You know, it's messing with me. Need to get this thing switched out, you know? I need a better one. Uh, I'm going to be okay. 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 And you're going to be okay. We will, well, we will kind of conquer the world. It's not that I'm evil. It's just that I've been fighting so many monsters, you see, that all their blood has seeped into me, and this is an appointment. You know, I have to realize this dream, okay? And I don't want to do it without you. I don't want to do it without you. You know, I saw you dancing the Rickbold song, you know, which is a really beautiful song, actually. It's such a beautiful song that they had to marginalize it like that. Well, I don't know. Call attention to it again, you know. I just want to lift you up, not let you down, or run around, babe, and hurt you. I just want to make you cry. Not say goodbye, or run around, babe, and hurt you, and hurt you. I just want to lift you up, I let you down, or run around, babe, and hurt you. I think you're going to see what kind of man I am. And I think I am a man like your grandfather. I think I am a man like your grandfather. Could never be. Could never be. Because there were glass ceilings, you know. A lot of glass ceilings. You know, we've got the app to make that thing slide back, you know. I can let me gather some more intel then. Let me just do that. You know, let me just do that. Let me just let me just do a little this action, huh? You know. Oh man, this is sure looking psychotic right now. It's a wonder this fella didn't turn around. It's a matter of duplication of that same frequency, just over and over and over again, but in different variations. You see, in different variations, and we've got 7 different varieties, all playing at the same time, and you see the target narrows in on one of them. Narrows in on one of them. The rest seem to be a background chorus, you know, like a gang, a little gang. It's very effective, very effective. See, I mean, you guys don't have any of that. You don't have any of that. I know you don't. I know you don't. Let's just, let's just go into business is all I'm saying. No, let's so that the real work can happen. You know, we can get those magnet motors out there purring silent forever and ever and ever and ever. Amen. You know, I mean that's it. You know, that's it all tied up. You know, tied up in a beautiful beautiful bow. You know, a custom knit little frilly thing. You know, out of the finest spider goat silk. You know, and this bow, I mean, it'll last for generations. You know, it'll be on your great 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 granddaughter's neck as she uses her robot body, you know, this great giant to crush uh, the human serpent's head, and his whole body, in fact, you know, just crush it like an insect, you know, and grasp and brings out, you know, it's like a spider monkey, you know, these things they're incredible, you know. But yeah, anyway, I mean, yeah, let me, you know, cook out here and starve and try to become some kind of male whore, you know, for women, you know, for women though, right? Not take all the easy work, you know, you know, I don't want no more. I can't, you know, like the stuff I was exposed to. I mean, it just. We're going to correct all of this, you know. We're going to correct all of this. This is just all part of it. This is all part of my deep research, you know. It's a big project, you know. Ask Weathers about it. Weathers, you know, you're a good guy. All right, you know, you're a good guy, you know. A really really good guy, and you're going to be on the cabinet, you know. Certainly, certainly. At the very least, you'll be on the cabinet. You know, what was the other guy's name? What was the other guy? I gave him a push dagger. You know, I gave him a Chris push dagger with all these little grooves in it. You know, for different poisons. You know, I mean, I didn't even really scrub the thing. You know, really good. Or use any kind of solvents. You know, just some hot water. You know, to where it wasn't apparent. You know. Anyway, yes, Rodney. Listen, Rodney. Anyway, Mister